wishing all of you a happy new year. I know this new year is going to set a new milestone in the journey of life. For I always believe that life is a journey and not a destination. Let us enjoy this journey with great faith and also achieve all the things which our heart desired for. There is always a scope to manifest our dreams. Let this be a year of manifestation of your dreams. Every sunrise brings with it a gift of infinite possibilities. If it is on a daily basis, what about a year? So let us explore the infinite possibilities that is going to unleash this year. I believe in this statement. The belief you hold in the beginning of the journey defines the journey. So let us define the journey of this new year with a lot of commitment and resolution that it's going to be a wonderful year for all of us, where we are going to develop ourselves and there's going to be holistic growth in all dimensions, be it within ourselves, be it in terms of the family and relationships, be it in the terms of a profession and career, and also let it be in terms of contributing to the society and also to the country and the entire universe as such. I think each one of us have a role to play in the big picture of life. Sometimes we feel we are just a speck of it, but I think every speck has been designed a unique role to play, and I think let us play the role the best in all the dimensions of life. And this new year is the time to write a new chapter in the story of our life. So life is a journey and not a destination. Let us make this journey very beautiful and fruitful. Here is this beginning of my journey of apprenticeship, which I wanted to share with all of you. Anytime, what happens is parents come from this feeling that the moment my child gets educated, so this is the current trend, wherein parents feel that I did not educate myself, maybe that is why I'm not successful in life, and so they take utmost care and interest to educate their children, and then they feel that the moment they are well educated, their life is settled. But I think this is a very wrong notion, because life has several dimensions to it. It's just not one side, because education is a part of the journey of life, but it is not the entire life. So this is what I try to explain in the prism effect of life. So we consider the white light, and when a white light passes through a prism, it disperses itself into different colors. So what we do is we stick on to one color and say that that is the whole life. But I think life has a bigger picture compared to its individual parts. But what we do is we hold on to one particular aspect and then say that is life. So is with the education. The education systems is a part of the journey of life, but it is not the entirety of life. So the second journey of life, actually, we are trained to handle life only during our apprenticeship phase. So was the story of Charles Darwin. So he was very pampered at home. In his childhood, seems to be very well protected by teachers and elders. The elders tried to protect us from the challenges of life, from the harshes of life, from the storms of life. But the real life, when we go independent in life, we need to get well prepared to handle the transition of life. So we have to be trained to handle the reality of life with prudence, and this only happens to the apprenticeship phase. So I have experienced this apprenticeship phase in a very different way. You think once you've done your education, your life is settled. Your life is not settled until you are settled on the pit of 6x3 pit. So until you are dead, your life is not settled. Your life is a journey and it's a continuous process. The process ends only at your last breath. So forget this illusion of having a settled life. Life is never settled until your last breath. So the settlement only happens at your last breath. So do not look for settlements in life. And very important is the moment you finish your education, it is not done. There is so much more to life to explore. So education is just a very small facet of life. And then what happens is parents are almost overprotective and they don't want the children to repeat the mistakes they have done. Definitely, it's a very good intention, but then the child has to learn on its own. So what parents can, only be, very supportive and provide the necessary guidelines, but then having an expectation of having children to follow their track is something which has its own limitations. It is definitely not a reality. And coming to the apprenticeship phase, there are a lot of dreams. When I wanted to start on my own, the moment we finish education, you're not on your own. There are so many things, skills that need to be developed. There are so many competences that need to be learned. So this is very, very important, and I had an illusion that the moment I come out of the education, I finish my graduation and a degree, I start earning a huge amount, then I'll be on the top, I'll have all the power, I'll have all the recognition. But that is a mistake, because it is just a preparatory stage of life. All these come at the different end. You're expecting at a stage where you're not yet ready to even handle all this. So there were few challenges of apprenticeship which I wanted to share with all of you. One positive thing which I had was I had the zest for learning. Learning has always been my basic denominator when I approached my apprenticeship phase. But then I had also dreams of having all the things, that imagination of, having a very successful life, very highly paid, and everything is seemed to be very, very, very beautiful, and it's like a laurel of flowers. But then I realized that there are few things. The apprenticeship phase is definitely going to be a low paid phase. You cannot expect high pays there. That phase, instead of focusing on the payment there, you have to focus on the learning and developing your skills and abilities. So you need to expose yourself to the real life and the harshness of life. Very important is people are definitely very good and they're going to help you. But the reality of life is there is a lot of social and political games which actually happen in the system. And I was not aware of it. And I failed in that journey because, I was not prepared to handle it. I thought, I've been educated, I have be all myself, but then that was the harsh reality which I was not prepared to face. So you will have challenges from different aspects. It is a 360-degree overview. When you take a 360-degree overview, there are different aspects to it. Challenges can come from different aspects, different angles. So this apprenticeship phase prepares you for that. So the next upcoming session is going to be on the principles of apprenticeship. I think trends change and everything about life changes. So what our parents believed holds good and is important may not apply to us. Definitely there's going to be a generation gap in this aspect also. But what I'm going to try and what I'm trying to tell you is this: the basic principles of apprenticeship remain the same. So in knowing the basics, we are quite equipped to handle the realities of life. So here is going to be the next video on the principles of apprenticeship, the keys to mastery of the phase of apprenticeship. Thank you so much. Wishing you all a great year ahead. And there is, I think, I have always been futuristic in my life. So I look out for, if the day has been bad yesterday, I would forget that and start afresh. So I have always been starting anew and afresh, forgetting the worries of the past, but I've always held on to the lessons from the past. They have been the stepping stone to my future. So let us gift ourselves as well as our loved ones and the world around us a beautiful life. Thank you so much. Wishing you all most and more a wonderful life ahead and a happy new year. Thank you.